Alright, before I begin this review, I want to plot myself in a certain place. So let me just get a particular item. An item that I'm pretty sure a lot of my Alliance members do not have in their possession. I wonder how many of them will actually freak out about it too. In a cold place they just can't bear to be in for so long. Or they'll freeze up and die. I only need one of these. This thing looks so weird. Okay, we're almost there. I don't think many of them even know how to teleport to my location. But if they did, they'd be in a very nasty surprise. Don't know if the boss will show up here, but if it does, it doesn't really matter. Well, maybe I'll fight it for good time's sake, too. Guess I should go ahead and get the upgrade, though, but I'll do that later. Honestly. This could easily be a 4. But I'm not worried about making a video behind it. Okay. Let's make this review happen. Because here's what I think. In the beginning... Well, actually, I'll show you this, too. While you're looking at this. This goes out to the few Alliance members who do care to actually look at my videos, because some of them are Phantasy Star related. And so they can be somewhat useful. At least I try to. As you can read right there, and I guess I should put more of a better description on the Alliance stuff, but this is a golden rule, by the way. About, and I guess you can read it, but I'll just read it for the sake of reading it. You get kicked from the Alliance based on your tier. Provisionals get 20 days to log back on. Members get 40 days to and officers get 60 days. You are welcome to come back. Like, not much of a description, other than the fact that this person is expecting activity. And you do get rewarded for such activities. So, obviously, so I'll put it to you like this. Let's describe each tier. I'll even describe the leader's tier too, since well, I'm the one who occupies a leader tier. But you know, a second person can occupy a leader tier in case something happens to me. At least a possible second in command. It's kind of a hidden tier, but usually it's done by one person. Anyway, let's start with provisionals. You know, they're the very few people who get into the Alliance, and that sort of thing. You know, some time has to pass, or something like that. Or not. It just depends on how low of a level they actually are. I mean, we'll look at it a couple other things. I mean, my questions used to be far more advanced than what they were now. Simply asking battle power, and how often they play, and if they're willing to get stronger, were just the only 3 questions that seem to cover all bases. There might have been some adjustments to the questions, but haven't thought of one yet. They just seem like 3 simple questions and stuff like that. You know, not to get too personal about it. I mean, I probably should ask if this is their only account. I mean, I might start asking that. Okay, is this actually happening? Anyway. So, like I said, professionals are just up for our low-level players. Players who just haven't reached a certain battle power yet. And I kinda wanna say the battle power used to be 3,415, which was just enough to do a limited time quest. You know, just being strong enough for that. Cause, you know, and you could have all your skill points, but more than likely you probably weren't if you're being assigned to that. And so naturally anyone who's above, you know, that number 3,415 is considered a member. Now, to be an officer, there usually had to be a trial associated with it. Now, lately I might have been a little slack about the trial and haven't really got anyone to join. And it doesn't matter who you get to join your alliance, for the most part. I've usually respected anyone who brought in anyone, even if they were considered friends, which is fine and dandy. You could certainly bring your friends back. Bring your friends if you have that kind of power. And so as long as you were willing to help boost the numbers. And they showed a little bit of encouragement of how many numbers they could do. I mean, some people are just kind of focused on getting stronger, which is fine. That's totally fine. But I think it needs to be readjusted a little bit. The question is how. There has to be a reason, because now this whole battle power thing got kind of thrown out the window thanks to these new armors. And I broke this armor down just to see how average this armor was, you know, without adding anything. I mean, 15 attack and 2 PP. We're looking at, like, is that worse, even worse than the Ajax armor? Like, even HP and PP wise? Let me check something real quick. Alright, all inventory. I need a plain old Ajax. Wow! It is worse than the Ajax. By HP and PP. And to think I got upset, but this is the first time around when I saw this. Of course, the Ajax is going to usually have a lot of fixes attached to it, because, let's be real here, a lot of people probably got a lot of Ajax. A lot of people did. I'm actually surprised the armors didn't even come with fixes with it. Like, just fix of 5 guards. But I guess that would have been a bit too severe. They had to do a lot of math behind that to make sure it wasn't too busted. Which is entirely understandable. Alright, now looking back at the alliance screen again, let's see. That person has 20 days left. 5 days, 7 days, 10 days apiece. And even though I'm on break, I will still come back and take care of these people. And get them removed. Like, I haven't seen this person in a while, but supposing they've been logging on, I just haven't really seen them at all. Or interacted with them. Which is a bit weird. I might have to get everyone to email me their battle powers. Because battle power is like, kinda sorta readjusted. Sorta. And it's gonna be kinda hard to tell because I broke down that armor. But we're looking at about 3,700. Heck, actually, I'll go based on this. because I did it on a different file. With the even if you're at levels, if you have all of your skill points and you're somehow, if you have all your skill points at level 71 or 2, I believe, I think it's 72, you're able to knock this out, which the BP did increase for this, by the way. What does that mean? Uh-oh. Okay, a bug. Well, that is important. Anyway, now I have to figure out a whole new system and how soon to implement this system when it comes to reevaluating players. Because I still want them to work for it. Make no mistake. These people need to work for their ranks. But I don't want to make it just based on emotion. I want it to be a logical reason why anybody is getting anything in the first place. Because all this stuff is important, man. We want to bring someone into the battlefield. They sort of need to know what they're doing. We kind of don't want to bring chumps into the battlefield, not knowing they're doing it, and getting curb stomped by bosses because they think, oh, they have everything they need because they think they have everything they need. Like, we got free armor and free weapons, that should be enough, right? It's like, no. It's supposedly weaker. A lot of these weapons right here already are near 1,000 attack, and this thing is just at 1,000. Like, if it were 1,000 and it had like 70, then yeah, then we're looking at some busted nonsense right here. But how good is this anymore? I mean, what is the variance on that thing? The variance is always a 50 to it's always between a 50 and 100. Always. To think that some weapons had even higher variance naturally. I wonder how that would work. But how does someone adjust? So what should be the new requirement? That they can access Lucille? Is that it? But they're gonna naturally hit Lucille. I mean, the easy answer is just to go based on how many, whatchamacallit. Oh, it's here. Should it really go based on, whatchamacallit? Skill points? That always seems to be a looming threat, that's always an issue. It was definitely an issue in the past. That's for sure. Yep, it costed me 2 hours of grinding in the limited time event when helping another user. And granted, that player shouldn't feel bad about it if they just happen to see that it's just a choice that I made. I absolutely could have just dealt with you later. I mean, it is kind of mind-blowing all that work we went through, and Sega's willing to bail you out because, well, we need to get you guys stronger. They haven't quite explained the whole augment system whatsoever. That's still very foreign knowledge to a lot of people. I mean, we know why. We just don't know what does. We just focus on our battle power. Because that's the thing that we can't seem to, that seems to be the thing that matters, right? We need to work on our battle power. We gotta make sure our battle power is high enough so we can take care of these things. So we're allowed to do other stuff. Which is perfectly understandable. But at the same time, good grief. I just guess the players couldn't be trusted enough. Which is gonna be bizarre. And I think people have already said this, how is this gonna affect the seasonal event? Are they just gonna offer better weapons? Or the same type of weapon with like different abilities or something like that? I mean, it'd be great if they just offer us a weapon that give like a PP recovery. If they're so they're so fixated on giving us whatchamacallit. Oh, that's right, the weapons will probably be for level whatchamacallit, level 40s again. Because they'll totally do that. Because we're trying to catch these players as much as possible. And that seems to be the only way to do it right. Just give them freebies. I mean, they have a little TV thingy. I don't know. Put the information up there. And help players like that. Because, that would work. But no. It's a bit harder than that, I suppose. It's a bit more difficult. There doesn't seem to be a good way to teach players about this sort of thing. Have I had any progress or any way of helping players out? I mean, the easy answer is just to get all of the LC capsules, and then bam, you're done. Because that's a huge end goal for a lot of players. And that thing I broke down, I can easily bring back up. Easily. Sorry that I'm probably not going to fight this thing, but this is still kind of important. Because we're going to even do I'll even human you even further. We're going to just armor check a few people in the, yeah, we're going to armor check and interview a few people. Just ask a few people what their battle power is. If they're willing to fess up about it. If they are. But a lot of people I'm friends with are probably no lightweights, though. Most of them. We're still waiting on this guy's response. Right, we couldn't just rely on the friends list. That would not work very well. What does that symbol mean, I wonder? I don't know what that means. Okay, where would I go to? Where could a person go to? Because it all ends at 65. I don't want to give someone a membership just because they reach level 65. There needs to be some level of dedication and commitment. I think the easy answer is, it has to go based on skill points. Because you have to take the time out of your day to get the skill points. And having all of the skill points. Because reaching the maximum level and having that gear isn't enough. I hate that I have to leave, but I'm going to have to leave really quick and switch ships just to prove my point. This is only level 72, my goodness. Okay. Like, this is still pretty grossly high. Like, my goodness. I guess the money went to the other file, but not this file. I need to look at a level 80 is what you need to do. There's gotta be somewhere around here that is, somebody. Do I make a guess based on this? Can't go based on that, they're actually using Octo Armor. Because how long would it take for someone to wean themselves off of the Octo Armor? Because they would need money. Alright, a level 80 gun blaze. That's at 92. Making those dreams come true. Oh. 952, okay. Wow, fix a Termina. That's actually pretty... Is it impressive? Okay, I think we found our dude. We'll probably have to ask multiple people just in case. Okay, that's one. And we'll ask multiple people just in case. So we're at level 80. Oh, this guy's got a... person's got a Flugel guard. Wonder if they paid for it. Melee weapon. At least they're trying. This would be the average right here. When it comes to what type of armors to get. The average. Maybe there's someone on my alliance who's relying on it too. The leader's on the saloon, so I can't tease him. Creative space. And you're an Alio one, sure. Still didn't get a response from that person. Darn. I need to get an idea of the battle power. I mean, I know I should have leveled up my character to 80, but I didn't feel like it. This was a side account. And I know one thing for sure, if I found out that someone else was having a side account, which I didn't do before, but really thinking about doing it, about just, I don't know, it's just not the same really. Possibly new, but not even responding. I mean, it's so close, right? And of course, they're gonna try to put that XDI... Well, I actually feel really bad for anyone who's putting the XDI on that, actually. I just realized that. That's actually pretty bad. Like, come on. That armor is not worth an XDI. It just isn't. I might have just wasted an XDI. I need some people who can talk. So we'll go here. I mean, I wouldn't have to ask this question if I was at level 80. Maybe I should make a second video about this. But, A group of players, let's see. Which one is like me, but at a higher level? Oh, this is the one. You might ask multiple people in this. Same guy. Not wearing his weapon. Another level 80. Wang. Is that high? That's the other person I asked. Hold on a second. Is it really the case? 90. But this is the free stuff, right? Okay. Alright. 39, 36, 39, 37. They're off by a single point. You are telling me that at level 80, I jump up that high. Why is that so hard to believe? That's one hell of a jump. Off of 8 levels, I remind you. There's a calculator here somewhere about this. What's the calculator at? Where is the person who tells me that about the battle power and how that raises up? There's got to be an NPCs about this. I'm sure there was one. Right? There's got to be. There was an NPC about this. Or I'll just do the game thinking. Let's see. I believe. You believe. Well, I'm gonna just have to assume that the... Let's see. There's a way to do this. mode is this? Sorry. Yeah, just be serious. Okay, let's see. So we're looking at 3,973 or... Hey, did I do this again? Let's see. I gotta get away from talking. Far away from talking some more stuff doesn't show up. And this is with them including that gear. I checked their gear. And they're saying I'm gonna get that high. Like, does that make any sense? We'll be hitting the, whatchamacallit. Actually, I bet some of the people are actually hitting the 4K mark, right? Should that be the requirement? Hitting the 4K? Because a lot of people were close to it. I know my other file, I'm definitely close to that mark. Real close. Like, I could get there. Let's see, battle power. Okay, let's see. So from... Okay. Your battle power will increase by 13 to 20 when leveling up by 1. The higher the battle power, the higher the increase. Your battle power will increase by 3 when learning a skill point for your main class or subclass. Your battle power will increase by 10 when leveling up with your weapon's potential. By 1, your battle power will increase by 2 to 10 for every augment you add to your... Well, we know it can go higher than 10, but your battle power will increase by 1 when your weapon attack increases by 1. Your increase by 0.5 when your armor defense is increased. Really? A 0.5. Okay, what an arbitrary number. Well, I do have a video of the last increase. Could we just go based on that last increase? Perhaps? Is that what needs to happen? I need to go by the last increase I had. So I know for sure what on earth was the battle power requirement. Because apparently I'm missing something here. Major. Pretty major. Oh, and you see how important this menu is, by the way. It might be able to answer some of your questions. So definitely keep that in mind. Please. Funny enough, the game does have this information in the help menu. I mean, you're still going to have to look for it fairly well. Was this the one? Was this the one I leveled up for? Well, this is definitely... What level am I at on here? Can we just low-key say it's like, Of course I can't see it. Looks like I might have been at a 70. It's too blurry to see. Okay. Do I have any other characters? Maybe I'll just end the video. Like, yes, I should just level up my character to 80.
Thanks for stopping by.
And we wouldn't have this problem. Because Gunner and Bounce were the only characters I just felt like leveling up. And why I don't have Force level up is honestly beyond me, really. It has the recovery. But so does Slayer.
Come by anytime, okay?
Anyway, I think that's how it's gonna go down. If you haven't completed all your skill points, all 47 of them, you'll be considered a member until you take care of that task. Or until the next, but it's gonna have to take some time before it's implemented. We'll give players time to adjust, but that sort of thing, and we'll check that sort of thing. Because you could have that new powerful armor, which takes no effort to get, by the way, but not actually invest into the game and take the time to get all your skill points, whether by yourself or with a teammate or something like that. And I'll go through the effort of helping anyone get the skill points. Well, my alliance members, I'll help them get those skill points if possible. That's pretty much it. Wow, imagine what I could have actually accomplished with 40 minutes. I could have possibly tickled my dailies a little bit, but not all my days. I mean, the freaking whatchamacallit thing cost about, oh, I don't know, 10 minutes even for Lucille. If I felt like, going through 10 minutes with Lucille, didn't really feel like it. Everything else would have been like a hot minute at most. Maybe even 2 minutes for the killing of 50 monsters. If you're really lucky coming to a PSE burst. Also feels weird that I just can't just ask you to join my alliance now. But I guess it'll be easier. Not this alliance though, but the other one. Have a nice day, everyone. More helpful information will come later. Once I find it.